Hi everybody, Tashi here from Pixie Mommy's Reborns. Welcome back, and to everybody new, hello and welcome. So this is Oscar. To those of you new, Oscar's my full-bodied silicone baby boy. He is the Dwayne Awake #2 by Claire Taylor Dolls. Before I get started, I want to let you all know that this channel has a membership program. So if you would like to become a member of the Pixie Squad for exclusive lives and content, you can click the join down in the description below. There's a link, or you can click the blue join button next to subscribe. It is $1.99 a month. That is all inclusive. You can cancel at any time, and you must be 18 years or older. So less than the price of a cup of coffee a month. Come on in, check it out, have some fun with us in the Pixie Squad. So today I am going to do a drink and wet feeding with Oscar, because I haven't done one in a really long time, because I've been lazy and just doing the the regular faux bottles. But the drink and wets are fun, and I also thought that maybe I would give you all some tips to those of you new to silicones, the drink and wet, or thinking about getting a silicone, that you might get some tips to help you out on how to work the drink and wet system, because all dolls are going to be different. Drink and wet system, essentially what it is way down in the back of their mouth, in their throats, there is a tube. Now you usually can't feel the tube, because the artist usually does a pretty good job of making it flush with the back of the throat, but that tube goes all the way down through and to the end of their bits, whether they're a girl or a boy, and it's usually, you can't see it, it's hidden in there. But anyway, so the bottles for the drink and wet, my first tip for you all is I warm the water, so it's not hot, but just nice and warm. It kind of makes the diaper feel real when you feel the warm water going through, and I feel it kind of flushes it through better. Just my opinion as a collector. I'm not a professional. I always use some rubbing alcohol in the mix. I don't measure it, folks. I'd say maybe I toss a good amount, probably about an ounce in there to 4 ounces, something like that. I don't use the drink and wet that often, so I feel like I just want that in there. Now, the trick is, because I know sometimes in getting started with your drink and wet babies, it can be a challenge, and you're trying to understand, like, why isn't it working? Why isn't anything going down? Why isn't anything coming out, etc.? Well, one of the tricks is the nipple. So you can buy the nipples that are the fast flow. So you wouldn't want to get like a newborn nipple, because they have a slower flow, but you want to get, a more open flow. But even with that, many drink and wet systems, you need to cut a little bit of, an extra slit in the top, or right down to even having to cut a tiny little chunk. Because remember that a real baby sucks and pulls the liquid out. We are just pushing it out. That essentially just goes into their mouth, and held in the right position is going to go down the tube and through the system. So a little different than, an actual baby sucking. I just use actually my hair cutting scissors, because they have a very sharp, tip that's, easy to just snip. You don't want to cut more, because if you have too much flow, it's going to be pouring out the mouth all over. So you want to start out trying out the bottle that you have with the nipple that you have, seeing, does it come out? Does any come out? What's the deal? And from there, work very slowly. Just start with one little slit, then try it. If that doesn't work, another little slit, until you get just enough. Because if you take off too much, then you've ruined the nipple. So this is a brand new bottle for Oscar to try. I think it came in another baby's box opening, but it's really cute. It has elephants on it. I've never used it before. Now, I don't totally put the lubricating jelly, jelly like all over, excuse me folks, the nipple like I would if I was doing like just a regular, not drinking wet feeding, like just with the fake bottle, because I feel like that makes too much in there and then there's no friction to pull. But I will just put a little bit of the lubricating jelly just kind of on his lips in there so that I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Because if I coat it the way I normally do, you normally see me do with the regular bottles, then this gel I feel like it can get, you know, like in the way. It's just my best guess, folks. Like I said, I'm not an artist. I'm not a professional, just a collector. And we are going to see if I guesstimated cutting this well enough to work the first shot. So let's see. We are getting some bubbles, but usually you do get some bubbles to start. But once you really get going, you can see if it's going down or if it's spilling out. Can you all see the bubbles? Oscar, you are thirsty. It has been also, oh my gosh. I think we had, Sunday was the hottest day of the year, but then today was hotter. So today broke the record for the year here on Long Island, New York. And thank you all for the 80th birthday wishes for my dad. Those of you that had watched my live, my videos, and of course those of you in the Pixie Squad. Thank you so much for those birthday wishes. They meant a lot. And yes, my dad, he enjoyed his antique erector set. I told the story in another video that we were so excited about. I mean, it brought him back to childhood. He was so surprised. It was such a beautiful day. And then I heard today that he was up until 1:30 in the morning looking at all the manual and planning the next thing he was going to build, because he remembers everything that he made out of that set, all the things that he built. And then he saw, like, he was like, oh, I didn't build this and I didn't build that. So he was, you know, plotting what he was going to build that he never got to build. So can you believe he remembers that after all those years? Isn't that incredible? So to those of you that know what I'm talking about, but it looks like Oscar is taking this. I don't see it dripping. So I just want to check. I should have checked the best way to check is to see if we're getting a wet diaper, which I think we are getting a little bit, but let me see. We have about 6 ounces in there right now. So let's see. And he will only take, you know, maybe like 2 to 3 ounces at the most before. That's another thing, especially with the boys, the diaper. You want to make sure that the diaper is loose enough, and because once it starts puffing up, once it starts getting wet, it'll fill up and it'll push against, you know, the boy bits and not allow any more to come out. And then it'll start backing up in the mouth and, you know, dribbling around the neck. I've had a few times where, one of my own hair, DNA. I've had a few times where I was just chatting in a video and I wasn't paying attention, and I kind of realized afterwards that it was like dripped all around like the back of his neck and his back was soaked, and you know, we don't want that. So we want Oscar to actually get a drink. So it's been super hot too, so I figured some nice water would be so nice for Oscar. And then I have a nice cool outfit to put him into, so that'll be nice. But I just have so much fun doing bottle feedings with my reborns and Oscar and now my new preemie. I probably said this a million times. This is like one of my favorite videos to make, to just sit and feed the baby and chat to you all. What kind of videos are your favorites? Let me know below. What are your favorites to see? As far as like with the dolls, like, you know, like this is my favorite. Like I love the feeding. I love to watch other people's feedings. I like to watch other collectors either doing like a feeding or just handling their dolls, just even if they're just like holding them in their arms. Changing videos. I do love changing videos too. Anything that the collector is moving the doll around, I love to see the movement of the different sculpts, and I love to see collectors handling them and that look of the realism. It never ceases to amaze me how real the dolls look in our arms and as we're moving them and as we're changing them. So that to me is like the ultimate. And even a doll that is you know, not like a high end, you know, doll, even budget babies, even, you know, store-bought dolls and stuff, if you kind of wrap them upright and you're just holding them, you know, like I feel like any doll can be made to look pretty real. It's just a matter of the creativity of the collector making the video, which is another thing that I want to do this week as far as like giving tips. I'm gonna do a hair care that was requested by a friend, and then I wanted to do, I don't know if I'll get all done in this week, but I wanted to do a photography little kind of tutorial thing. And then I know I've done in the past, but I wanted to do it again and give more information on making videos and how to handle your dolls, and tips on things to do with your dolls in the videos to make them look very realistic. So that's something I wanted to, whoop, that even gave a little squirt when I took it. So I think, let's see, so, oh yeah, he took well over an ounce. So that'll be, you know, quite a lot. Here, let's give him a burp. Oh, Oscar, you're doing so good. Yes, you are, baby boy. And give you a burp. And I always like to do especially a drink and wet feeding. I like to do him just in his diaper, especially because like if it does leak, if it does get wet, then I don't have the water on the clothes, especially that it does have the alcohol in it. So if you all hear the ticking, that is my egg timer. So I apologize in advance if it's kind of like, I don't know, annoying to anyone to hear that ticking going on in the background. But I really need to retrain myself on the time that I'm filming. I realize because my own cell phone camera itself cuts me off at 32 minutes, and then it'll like restart and recording another one, so it'll go on. So if I was able to stitch them, you know, I would still have the footage, but I don't stitch videos. So I learned like, well, I usually never get cut off. I usually know I gotta wrap it up in and around that 30-minute marker, and I do because I just, you know, got trained that way. So now I want to retrain myself to at the 20 under 20 minutes or by the 20-minute marker, because now I've been putting up more content. I've been trying to put out videos, you know, almost every day, but, close to it, because I love it. I enjoy it. I get to spend that time with my dolls. I get to spend that time with all of you. And I felt like I was so backed up on ideas and videos that I wanted to make that I never got to get done in a week, or, the time that I was thinking, I never got to get done. And sometimes then I would just like forget. I really should write stuff down. But I said to myself, I just need to just pop the camera on. It's so silly. I'm up here anyway, changing the babies and doing the things. I might as well flick the camera on. So yeah, that's what I decided. And I feel like 30 minutes, if I was putting up a video every day, a whole 30-minute video every single day, would just be a bit much, I thought. I mean, I'm still going to do my lengthy, chatting videos. You all know me. I just yap and yap and yap. I can't help myself. And a lot of times when, I get going on, in my thoughts, there's no stopping me. So, you'll still get your longer videos. I personally, not for nothing, but personally, I like longer videos. Because usually I'll put videos on while I'm doing something. I put my Bluetooth in and I listen, and I have my phone on the counter by me if I'm doing dishes or whatever. So I'll be able to peek and look, but it keeps me busy. So I actually enjoy the longer topic videos. And when I sit down to watch a video and I grab a cup of coffee and I put my feet up, a nice half hour is a nice amount of time. So I do enjoy them, but I realize, like I said, that's a lot of, viewing time to put up there every day. So that's something new I'm doing, is the little timer thing. And oh my gosh, I feel this diaper getting all warm. Some of you that were with me for Tatum was my first drinking wet. So my Caden by Claire Taylor was my first silicone doll that I had that was drinking wet. And do you all remember me? Do you remember when I was doing the bottle? And once her diaper started filling up, and I was like, oh my gosh, and look at the line, and the diaper was so full, and I was like, I was flipping out. I was like, it was just magical. It was so cool. Well, it's still so cool. I feel this Bubba's diaper filling up from the bottom. I can feel it getting squishy as he's drinking, and there we go, almost 20 minutes. And it just is so neat. I just love it. I just love everything about. See, I could not picture sitting here by myself, not talking to you all, just feeding. I don't know why. And I don't know, maybe some of it too is that I have the camera flipped towards me so I can see myself. So I guess it would be like if you were in front of a mirror and looking at the realism and watching the baby drink, that would be probably more interesting to me. But all in all, I love chatting with you all. So I hope that gave you all some good tips. This worked out good. I like this nipple and the way that this bottle worked for him. All of your silicones are going to be different because the sculpting inside the mouth is going to be a different, size, shape. Some mouths are more open so there's not a lot of, pull at all. So the size nipple and the type of nipple is going to vary as for what works best for what doll. So that's going to be a matter of finding out for yourself. So this bottle, I don't know if there's a brand on this bottle because I know it came in oh wait, is the bottom? Oh, that's going to drip because, hold on, let me look at the bottom. I cannot see. Nope, this just says about microwave use. This does not have a brand anywhere on it. So I'm not sure. Maybe somebody recognizes this with the elephants and could tell me. Oh, it got all wet in here. See, that's the thing. If you have, because I had to take a little tiny piece out. So when I turned the bottle upside down, of course, some actually came out. And that's the whole concept of what makes it work in the drink and wet, is that it's dripping some down into that tube, if that makes sense to you all. Because at first with my Kaden, I could not for the life of me like figure out why I just put a bottle in her mouth and why it didn't just work. So, but here we go. Let's see what we are gonna put on him. I think I'm just gonna put another disposable on him for now, but I'm gonna show you that Oscar made pee-pees. He did. So look at that. We got a pretty full diaper. And you can see the whole line changed into green. And see that? Isn't that great? So I don't know, like the whole thing of like having a little wet diaper and just, balling it up like you would to put it in a diaper genie or throw it wherever. Remember those days? Some of you will probably have those days right now. Or coming up. Some of us are still having kids. And, I should have held him up for a little while after, because sometimes a little does drip out afterwards. It is good to, yeah, see, he's dribbling a little bit out. So, you know what? Let me, this is a smart tip and something I forgot. I ripped that thing right off. Something I forgot because I don't do the drinking wets that often. So Oscar's literally making more pee-pee. Oop, there we go. I don't know if you can all see that because it's not close up. But see how much more he made pee-pee out? Oh my gosh, I hope they don't flag this. But they've been pretty good about the videos lately, as long as it's their, I don't know. The algorithms are not picking it up as like real children. But so it's always smart to make sure you tip them up and around, and we'll get the booty for a minute. Even if he gets my shirt wet, that's okay. I'd rather him not. But to make sure you get all of it out before you put your fresh diaper on, because yeah, I feel I'm getting peed on. Oh my gosh, he's still dripping. This boy. Okay, I guess this is worth a little bit longer video. We're going to see Oscar pee. So that is smart, because you don't want to just change your doll and lay them down and have all that water sitting in there. So definitely very important to sit them in an upright position, lean them over and, burp them, move them around a bit, even before you put a fresh diaper on, or take your, full diaper off and just, put a towel under, however you're going to do it. Make sure that your baby is empty before you, put them down, put them away, and put a fresh diaper on. All right, everyone. I guess we're just going to hang out like this for a moment till Oscar's all done with his business. He definitely took a lot, because there was over 7 ounces in that bottle. So he actually got quite a bit down. All right, everyone, I'm gonna let y'all go. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Check and make sure you are subscribed to this channel, and hit the notification bell so that you never miss a video, and so you receive invites to my live streams. Hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow, and in the Pixie Squad as well. Don't forget, hop on in the Pixie Squad. Lots going on in there. Lots will be going on in there. So be really excited to see you all in there as well. All right, everyone. Till next time. God bless.